What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. I am that dude, and week 9 of NFL, week 10 of college football, I got everything you need to know for this weekend. So make sure to stick around. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. We've been killing it in college football. We are now above 500 in NFL, but we're going to change that this week. No worries. Let's jump into the NFL action and look at what we have coming up this week. Games of the week for NFL. There are some good games in the NFL this week. You have the Vikings playing the Chiefs. I think that is a premier matchup. Two good teams, probably two playoff teams for sure. Vikings have good defense and good offense. Chiefs have a really good offense. It's just, is Mahomes going to play? As of right now, they're thinking that he is going to play, but we should see what's going to go on with that sooner rather than later. I'm recording this earlier on in the week, so you never know. And then also, I think the Lions and the Raiders is a pretty good game to watch this weekend. The Lions and the Raiders are playing pretty good as of right now in the season. Both of them are battling to try to get one of those last spots in the playoffs. I don't think either one of these teams make the playoffs, but they're actually playing average football as we speak right now. Another game that I am very interested in is the Patriots playing the Ravens. Everyone's talking about this game. This is really in my opinion, other than the Bills, the Patriots' first real matchup that they've had this year. I do have a play on this game, so be sure to stick around for that. You'll see, my thoughts as we go into the video. And then also, one more game of the week is the Bears playing the Eagles. Both of these teams came into the year with very high expectations. People had both of these teams as potential Super Bowl winners. Both of them have performed mediocrely so far. I don't even know if that's a word. Mediocrely. That's not a word. Don't use that word in public. But they've both performed under average so far. So, still a good game to watch in my opinion. Last week, if we're looking at the recap, we finished last week. We went into last week 14-14, even at 500. And we lost with the Colts. We lost with the Cardinals playing the Saints. We thought that Drew Brees was going to be out. So Drew Brees ended up coming back and playing and taking care of business against the Cardinals. That news really didn't come out until Saturday. This video was way out there already. Colts barely beat the Broncos. And then our 3 wins from last week, we picked the Rams in London playing the Bengals, -12.5. That was an easy cover. Seahawks playing the Falcons. I told you, basically, if the Falcons are playing, it's probably a pretty good bet if you're going against them. That was an easy cover. And then the Packers, -3, playing the Chiefs with a Matt Moore and without Pat Mahomes. I don't know why it was that low. And we got it at 3. And we won that. So we went 3-2 in NFL last week. We're now sitting at 17-16 on the year. So not that bad. It's above 500. That's what you want to do. But we're going to get better, and that's a fact. So anyways, in our NFL plays this week, something that we're going to be looking at, our official plays. Jets, -3 at the Dolphins. I understand that this is a Jets team that's really bad, and everything's going against them right now. I do feel like Miami, there's only one team in this game that's actually trying to win, and that's the Dolphins. And that's the Jets. The Dolphins are very bad. They were up 14-0 against the Steelers and just threw that game away. And I don't think that this will be much different. In this game, they could get a lead early, but I don't think they're going to keep it. I think Le'Veon Bell has a really big day. Robbie Anderson catches a touchdown pass, and Sam Darnold gets back on track and stops seeing ghosts on the field. So give me the Jets -3. Another game that I like the Titans getting points this weekend at the Panthers. I think Kyle Allen's kind of coming down to earth with what he's been doing so far, and I think that this is a good spot to pick the Titans. Tannehill hasn't lost yet as a starter. He's been pretty good so far as a starter, and he's really using A.J. Brown and Corey Davis. He's using them a lot better. Jonnu Smith, he's been finding him a lot, so I like what I've seen out of the Titans so far with Ryan Tannehill, and I think this is a good spot to take those 3.5 points. Not necessarily saying that they win, but I don't think they'll lose by more than a field goal. So give me the points and the Titans in that game. Another game that I like, the Buccaneers playing Seattle. The Seahawks are really good. They're playing at home. They just came off the road cover against the Falcons, and I think this is a good spot again to pick the Seahawks. Jameis is probably going to throw 3 picks like he normally does. Russell Wilson is going to take advantage of those picks and turn them into points. I think they win by a touchdown. Packers. We're going to take the Packers at -3 again. I understand the Chargers are, a pretty good team in the past. They have Melvin Gordon and Keenan Allen and all these players, Hunter Henry. They have a lot of weapons, and their offensive coordinator just got fired. So they're going to be running a new offensive coordinator out there this next week. I still think this is a spot to take Aaron Rodgers with only having to win by 3 points. On the road, I get that as well, but that stadium, that's going to be a home game for the Packers in LA, and I think this is a good spot. Again, Packers -3.5. And then I told you guys that I had a Ravens-Patriots play this weekend, and a lot of people are picking the Ravens in this game. And, for good reason. The Ravens, they're a really good team this year. Lamar Jackson has played really well. But I think this is a value pick for the Patriots. That defense is one of the best that I've ever watched play. And you're only having to put down 3 points with the Patriots. That's probably the lowest that it's going to be for a while, looking at their schedule. They don't play many people. I think this is a pretty good value at taking the Patriots at -3 points. Not saying that I'm that confident in it, but I do think that this is a good spot. Take the Patriots, only 3 points, and hope they cover. So, with that being said, let's jump into college football. College football has been fantastic for us so far, and this week we went 2-3. I will get to those plays, but college football, we have been killing it in college football, and I plan to keep that up this week. So, looking at this week of college football, week 10, we have Georgia at Florida, the biggest outdoor cocktail party there is in sports and in the world today. We have Utah playing Washington State. SMU at Memphis is your game day. I don't think that's that big of a game. I don't know why game day goes to these type schools, but Beale Street is going to be jumping. I think that atmosphere is going to be pretty neat, and I think Memphis, it's a play. I'm just going to give it. It's a teaser. Memphis is going to take care of business in that game. SMU has a player injured, and I would look out for that. Memphis's defense is for real, and that's who I'd be on all over in that game. Primetime, Memphis. That crowd is going to be outrageous. Okay, so game day is probably not going back there for a long time, so they better take advantage of it. And then Oregon at USC. So all of these games going to be pretty good games. Other than that, you have a lot of bye weeks. LSU, Alabama are on bye week, I know for a fact. But, even with that being said, I think it's going to be a really fun week of college football. Also, I believe Ohio State, Oklahoma, they're all on bye. So, anyways, with that being said, let's look at a recap. Recap of last week and what we had and what happened. We went into last week 23-15 in college football, which is phenomenal. And like I mentioned, we went 2-3 against the spread. South Carolina, I was completely wrong about that game. Tennessee blew them out by 20. Texas at TCU, I told you guys to take the money line with TCU. TCU won And, they were actually getting points at first. Right before the game, it actually went to a pick. And, so there you have that. TCU won all over that one. And then Alabama, Arkansas, under 56. Alabama was actually an easy cover as well. I probably should have gave that. Didn't really know what Mac Jones was going to do. Mac Jones looked pretty good. But it's also the fact that Arkansas looked that bad. Still hoping Tua is healthy and ready to play next week against LSU. Be ready for that video. And I think before the game, we got it at under 56. He ended up finishing up at like 55 and a half or something like that. 55 points were scored. Cashed, regardless of what you got it at, probably 55 points. That was a under, so that was awesome. Big goal line stand at the end for us. And then Notre Dame at Michigan, I was completely wrong on that one. It happens. And then I was also wrong against Oregon and Washington State. Oregon came out hot to begin with in that game. And honestly, Pac-12 after dark, you just never know what's going to happen in those games. And we lost that one. We are now sitting at 25-18 on the year in college football, which is pretty good. We're really looking good right now in college football, and we look to continue that trend this week. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into our NCAA plays of the week. Speaking of NCAA, probably going to have NCAA football in the next 2 years on video games, PlayStation. That's awesome. Drop a like for that. Can't wait to play that. It's been way too long. But anyways, plays of the week for college football. Give me Miami getting 3.5 points at Florida State. I don't trust this Florida State team, to be honest. I get it that they had a pretty good win last week, but still not trusting them. Give me Miami plus 3.5 points. Tulsa plus 10.5 at Tulane. I've picked both of these teams on different sides this year. I feel like this is too many points to give a Tulsa team that can score and that is, decent in that, conference. 10.5 points, I feel like that's too many. Give me Tulsa playing Tulane. And then Utah at Washington. This is a big game for this conference. Huge game for Washington. I understand that they really are technically done with that season. Their hopes are pretty much crushed after losing to Oregon. But still, give me Washington minus 3 points. I think that they are going to take care of business with Utah. Actually, I'm sorry. Washington's getting 3 points at home. Love that. So, give me Washington plus the 3 points. Vanderbilt, coming off of a big win against Missouri a couple weeks ago. I think that they keep it pretty close with South Carolina. South Carolina is coming off of some big games that they've played in the past couple of weeks. I picked them to beat Tennessee. They did not. I'm not taking out advantage on them or anything like that. But I do feel that this is a good spot to pick Vanderbilt again. Getting 16 points. That's a lot of points in the SEC, especially with two mediocre teams. Give me Vandy and those points. And then my last play, I already mentioned it. Memphis, SMU. Give me Memphis minus 5.5. I love that play. Memphis's defense is for real. If you haven't watched them, I would check them out. And I don't think you'll be disappointed. I think that'll be a pretty good game. SMU can score some points. Memphis can score some points as well, and they got a good defense. So something to watch for, something I'm looking forward to. And anyways, it's football. It's college football. It's NFL football. What is better than that? Can't wait to get into this weekend. Make sure to come back next week. Check out how we did. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and come back next week. Peace.
Did you finish that?
Yep. Is that okay? Good deal.